Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 13 of my Trading 212 portfolio update. And yes, it's another red one. So let's jump into it. So you might be wondering what's going on with my lighting in this video. Well, I'm filming this in kind of a very tight period of time. I'm going away this weekend, so I'm filming this very early. It's the 1st of March today. I think it's going out on the 6th, so the prices won't be that accurate, but you can kind of get my philosophy throughout the video, hopefully, regarding my portfolio. But yep, sorry about the lighting, it is what it is. You can see me, that's what matters. So over the last month or so, the Nasdaq has gone from the 13,500 to 13,700 or something like that. So it's gone up a little bit, but not a lot. But we'll dive into that in a second, see how that's affected my portfolio. But really, it's been a pretty flat month, but obviously there's been a lot going on. Continued inflation talks, continued interest rate hikes, and obviously Russia-Ukraine issues. Now, obviously all of this will have a slight effect on the market, and going forward, we'll see what happens. But I think it's just important to kind of reiterate that we need to keep investing, putting our money in nice and consistently if you can. Obviously, if you can't, then just switch off and turn off, and then you kind of come back in a few months or so, and hopefully we'll be a bit more on the green. But before we look into the portfolio, guys, make sure you hit subscribe. I really do appreciate that, so you can kind of follow my journey with investing. Hopefully you can learn some tips along the way, identify some new companies for the future. That I always look at companies for the future, industries for the future. So go ahead and look at my channel. Thank you for subscribing, and let's jump into my portfolio. So here is the portfolio. You can see that the account value is 3,781, which last time out it was 3,619. So actually it has gone up, but I have also added £200, which is kind of my normal adding per month, thereabouts. And obviously I've got free funds of 420. We'll see where that came from in just a second, because I have been doing a little bit more selling, more just because of safety, a little bit of risk transfer, and just a little bit kind of emotional stability within the market for myself personally. But again, we'll dive into that in a second. So you can see it has increased slightly, and obviously we had a nice green day yesterday, as you may recall, Monday the 28th, I think it was yesterday, yeah. And but yeah, overall the account is still down 1,000, which is 23%, which is not the end of the world. And I think going forward we are in a very good position, because we are kind of nearing the bottom in my head. I don't know about your heads. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate your feedback on where you think the market is right now, what kind of state we're in, and it might just help out some other people watching as well. So in terms of like additions or buying and selling, I haven't sold or bought any IZEA, just because that kind of stock in my portfolio at the moment is not really doing anything, and I'm kind of happy with it like that. It's kind of is what it is. It's 70% down. If I see an improvement in the company, then I may just plough in a bit more shares and see if I can average down the price, and looking forward it might be quite good. But for now I'm kind of living as it is. Nano Dimension, I had 150 I think last time out, and it's 180 now, so I've added 30 shares, and I think the average price was I think it was 550 or 555, something like that, which I've taken 40 cents off that, which I'm pretty pleased about. I'm a long-term investor for Nano Dimension. Obviously this is my long-term portfolio, so it would make sense. But they're holding plenty of cash. They've got lots of acquisitions. I suggest you check them out if you haven't checked them out already. They're a good company, and I'm excited kind of what their future is as well. May the force be with you, because we need it. I just want to interrupt this video just to talk about my stock reviews playlist. Now, within the playlist, you've got stocks for the future, the industries for the future. It just gives you some ideas of what might be happening in 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years. I really do highly recommend you click onto it. Obviously, some of the prices might be different, but the philosophies are still there. The information about the companies are still there. So go ahead and check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's get back into the video. Moving just along, I've got NIO. I have actually bought 5 shares of these just to average down, and then I sold them again at kind of about 25% down, so I wasn't really lost that much money. But there was a period of time, especially when the Russia-Ukraine just started kicking off, that I just wanted to be a little bit more safe within the portfolio, to have that a bit of extra cash on the side. I think I'm currently holding about 12 or 13% cash, which for me is pretty good. I'm not normally a cash holder. I'm normally quite well invested in the market, as you could probably tell from previous episodes. But yeah, I sold and bought some NIO, which is not ideal, but at the same time I've got a nice price of $33. I would like to get it down to about 32 if possible, because I do see that as a good line of support, at least with my technical analysis readings. If you are interested in my kind of technical analysis, I will be doing a few more technical analysis based videos on actual stocks. It's something I want to look to do, because I've got this new setup here where I can kind of click on the camera straight away and record straight away, which is really handy, really good to get that content out. And I'm looking to kind of produce more content going forward, because you may have noticed that I've kind of been slowing down on content, and that's purely just because of like a motivation way in terms of getting the camera out and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm looking to get more content out coming forward, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, back to the portfolio. It is really dark out there. It's a miserable day in England. Miserable. Just rain, dark. It's just horrible. I've had to put my light up. I mean, you can probably see the shadow behind me. Anyway, Palantir. I have increased my position from 80 shares to 100 shares, and I have an average price now of 18.48. I think the last time I bought was about 11.40 or something like that. It is now sitting at 11.85. It's been an okay month. I mean, considering the last 3 months, it's been pretty much down. In the last month or so, it's not too bad. It's only 6.77% down, which is not the end of the world. And yeah, I might add some more shares, but I do have enough. I've got 100 shares. I think that is quite a lot. If you add 491 onto 881, you can see already that that's quite a heavy amount into the stock. Palantir, they released a good earnings report, although it was a bit mixed, but generally, at least in my opinion, I think it was very positive. Lots of growth going on, new contracts, that kind of thing, especially in the commercial sector. So there is a lot going for Palantir. There's a lot of negativity around the kind of news side and kind of investor side, but I kind of ignore all of that. I concentrate on the company and the fundamental side of things, and we'll see what goes on the forward in the future. Just have a quick sip of my coffee. Lubricate the mouth. Anyway, last stock, Tesla. Now, I was holding 2 shares, so I have sold 0.4. I didn't want to do this ultimately, but at the end of the day, I wanted to take that profit. I wanted to get a bit more kind of cash behind myself, and also I just wanted the emotional stability of actually taking some profit. Obviously, it's not ideal for the long run, because obviously when I go back into it, it will bring the average price up. But at the end of the day, it's still 50% up, and I'm still really happy about my position. I just wanted that extra safety, take 0.4, which is obviously what most of this cash here is. Probably around about £200 of that is Tesla sales, and I did make around about 18, 19, maybe even £100 just off of that kind of 0.4 transaction of selling, which is really handy because that's extra money that I can put into different stocks like Nano, NIO, Palantir, or my plans are to kind of buy Etsy if there is a good price. Now, guys that have been following me on this channel before, I have actually previously held Etsy, and I rode it from, I think I bought it from 165, and then rode it all the way up to kind of 240 or something like that, and then it went back down to 220, 210. I bought some more. The average price was 190, and then it went up to 280, 290, and I sold. I went back down to 270. I'm saying a lot of numbers here, I do apologise. And then I sold it at 270 for a little bit of profit. Then it went all the way back down through the correction and all of the kind of stuff that's been happening in the market the last 3 or 4 months. I sold it around about 190, which was kind of level, so about 1% up, I think. And I've obviously completely cut that since then. And it turned out to be quite a good move. So if we look at Etsy here, over the last 3 months or so, I kind of sold, where was it? So the first selling would have been, or even probably around about here or so, and then I sold the rest of it around about 190 it was, so maybe around about here-ish, kind of January 4th, and it kind of worked out. Okay, so it has dropped down quite significantly. It even went down to 115, which I probably should have bought then. That would have been fantastic, because obviously earnings was really good, and it went up to 154, which is still, in my opinion, a pretty good buying section. 160, 165 is a good line of support from the research that I've done. Etsy is one of those that I would like to get back into, because obviously the profit margins are quite large, and the general kind of company philosophy is wonderful. You know, there's e-commerce with a personal touch, so you know, you've got that going for them. Anyway, go back to the portfolio. We have, that's it. That is it. We went through all the stocks, we went through the changes, reason why I sold Tesla, and obviously the reason why I bought Nano Dimension as well. Overall, my plans going forward, we did touch on it just a second ago. I would like to get back into Tesla at 2 shares, and I would like to add a position of Etsy, but we'll see where the market goes. Obviously, we've got big dates coming up. We've got inflation reading on the 4th or the 10th or something like that of March, and then we've got a big Fed meeting with the interest rate hikes, see if they're going to, go up 0.25 or 0.5. We'll see how that works on the March the 16th, I think it is. So I'm going to kind of hold cash for the next couple of weeks. If I see a really good opportunity, I might just dive in. So follow me on Twitter for that, and maybe I'll post it on Twitter if I see a really good opportunity and I invest in that opportunity. You guys will be able to see what I'm investing in as well. I'm not going to go through allocations this month, just because it's going to change next month, and I'm hoping to kind of reorder it. But basically, Tesla, Palantir, NIO are all around about 25-30%, so they take up most of my portfolio, as you would probably expect. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this. I hope you took a little bit of value, maybe what I'm doing, maybe it gives you a little bit of spark and opportunity of what you're doing. And yeah, good luck out there, guys. I really appreciate you watching this. Make sure you subscribe and obviously smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Really do appreciate that. Have a wonderful week, invest safe, take care, see you soon. Have a wonderful week, take care, invest safe, stay soon. Stay soon?